Hey there, auto hunters. Welcome back. Appreciate it. So, today, different topic, kind of a little controversial, which I'm hoping you guys are going to enjoy. A few weeks ago, one of the people who I work with called me and said she was going to be late for work. I asked her what the problem was. She says she's having car problems. Like, okay, that's fine, no big deal. So she comes in and she said, yeah, I had some issues with my wiring. So they're replacing it at Honda. I said, okay. 2 days later, she calls me, I'm having problems with my car again. Now I'm thinking, what's going on here? You know, second time that she's called in a week saying, I've got problems with my car. So I know it's a brand new car, it's a lease. And I'm thinking, well, there's got to be something fishy here. I don't know what it is. I mean, I'm hopeful that, the car's going to be okay. Hopefully nothing terrible is wrong with it. As it turns out, she drives a Honda. It's a little Civic. Really nice car. Very pretty. However, she told me that after her second visit to the dealership, she was turning her lease back in. And I was like, what are you talking about? Why would you do that? And she said to me, simple. She goes, my car, the wiring has been chewed by rats. I live in a town nearby, and apparently there's a lot of rats in the street, and they found comfort in her car. And I found that to be very odd because it's not happening to a lot of people, at least that I was aware of. Well, it's happening to a lot of people. You might be one of those people. I don't know. Fortunately, I'm not. I do have rats, well, wood rats in my back area, in the woods in the back, because they're called wood rats. So apparently, the new wiring that they're putting in these cars, in its most manufacturers, is soy-based wiring. Yes, soy, like soy sauce, soy products, soy meal, and vermin, such as squirrels, mice, rats, opossums, find your car for two reasons. Number one is for warmth in the wintertime. And number two is, if you have soy-based wiring, a food source. Now, why does it exist? Why soy-based wiring? That is where it gets a little political, and I've chosen not to do political on my channel, with the exception of saying it's supposed to save the planet, because soy-based wiring is in fact biodegradable. So let's just say you had this car for 30 years, and not a single rat or mouse or raccoon or got under the hood and chewed away at this wiring. What would happen? I don't know. Is the car going to just have the wire just kind of disappear over time? Is that what's going to happen? Are you still going to need to replace it if you still own the car in 30 years? There are some cars that are very, very old that still have original wiring and they still run. I think it would be really a bad choice of the car manufacturers to go with soy-based wiring. Now, again, why are they there? It's the warmth. And it's a food source. So those are two really important things. I think that when you are looking at an animal that's crawling up into a car for a food source, what are you supposed to do? Rap on the hood, the cat jumps out from underneath and scurries away. Well, these are big rats. They're mice. They're vermin. You don't want to be near them. They're dangerous. So, how do they get in there? Well, what they do is they climb up the tire treads and they gain traction. They go up into the shock mount, the struts, get inside your engine, and they make a little nest. Well, they'll find some wires and say, oh, this looks really, really tasty. Check out the picture. It's really interesting. What vermin will do to your wires. I was shocked when I saw this. I really was, because I didn't think it was a real thing. So, as I mentioned earlier, who is doing it? It's most manufacturers. And, in my Boston accent, wicked shaka. All the class actions lawsuits have been thrown out, because wiring has been eaten for years in other cars that weren't soy-based. But is it to this extent? And the answer is no. In a 2018 Car and Driver article that I read, that this is a real prevalent issue with most new cars. Hondas, Toyotas, Acura, all of these really high-line companies are starting to have these soy-based products go into their car for wiring. And that's a problem. Now, what can you do to kind of escape that? And the answer is pretty simple. Not much. You could get capsaicin-covered tape and cover up all your wires in your car, have somebody do that at a cost. And capsaicin is basically the oil from chilies. You can get special mouse tape. You could put mint, and you could put oils that repel rodents. You could put a little rat trap or a rodent trap underneath the wheels so that when the rat runs up or the mouse runs up, they get caught inside the little rodent trap. How many are going to fit in there? Nobody knows the answers to this. So this, I think, is a fairly important developing story. And if you're one of these people that are affected by this, you got to say something to your dealership. And you got to say it loud, and you got to say it strong, and you got to make sure that they're not going to charge your insurance company, which is what most people are doing. They go into their insurance company, and they're having them pay for it. So what's that going to happen? Insurance rates are going to go up because claims are going to go up, which means you're going to pay more, and I'm going to pay more, and I don't want to pay any more. I'm already paying too much as it is. So what are we going to do as consumers, as auto hounds, as people who love cars like you and like me? We need to make sure that we're not buying these cars that have that. So if you're going to buy a car, the first thing you're going to ask, or that you should ask, is does this car contain soy wiring? And if it does, avoid it, because you don't need it. You don't need that extra headache. Look, cars are made to break. You guys saw my Jaguar video, and if you haven't, you should really check it out. The car broke. Literally, the windshield wiper on the driver's side was like this, and the passenger side came over it. And just because it's an aluminum spline on a metal rod, so it just broke because of the weight of the snow. It's a windshield wiper. It's supposed to wipe away snow. Not 10 pounds of snow, but it's supposed to wipe away snow. So what do we need to do? Don't buy cars with soy wiring. Don't buy cars that are really going to say, oh yeah, we're really cutting edge and we're going to save the environment. That's great. I think Tesla's doing a great job with that. But if they're using soy-based wiring, I don't want your car. Subaru, you're doing it too. So all these big car companies are doing it. What do we as consumers have to do? So I don't know the answer to that. So as the Auto Hound, I'm saying, do your research before you buy a car. Look online. See who's using the soy-based wiring. And if they're using it, don't buy that car. Go somewhere else. Well, this is the Auto Hound. I hope you found this entertaining. If you did, like, smash the subscribe button, comment, go on my Instagram, my TikTok, and all that, and really kind of support this channel. It's a growing channel. I need all the subscribers I could get. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. It's been the Auto Hound. Have a great day.